Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Bulldog Weekly. I'm Kylie.
And I'm Melissa.
In this episode, we'll check out some more sports highlights, view an athlete profile with Cat Tracy, hear a message from the senior class government, and some spooky stories from the custodians.
But first, let's begin with Mr. Devoll's weekly update.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Sunday, February 4th. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Hopefully the Patriots do well tonight. Monday, February 5th, day 7 in our cycle, and that's all I have to say about that. Tuesday, February 6th, day 8 in our cycle. Juniors will be getting their course selection cards during the Bulldog block today. It's course scheduling time, if you can believe it. We're already thinking about next year. Boys basketball is home versus Case that evening at 6:30. And our boys ice hockey team a little bit later that evening at 8 o'clock versus Seekonk at Tabor. Get a chance to see both teams in action. Wednesday, February 7th is day 1 in our cycle. It's also a half day, so we'll have an 11:30 dismissal that day. Girls ice hockey, 3 p.m. at Gallo Rink in Bourne versus Cohasset, and senior superlative night at 7 o'clock that evening in the auditorium. Thursday, February 8th is day 2 in our cycle. Our sophomores get their course cards during the Bulldog block. Friday, February 9th, day 3 in the cycle. Freshmen get their course cards during the Bulldog block. Boys basketball at home versus Dighton Rehoboth at 6:30. And Saturday is the 10th. We have the conference championships for boys and girls indoor track. Big week for everybody. Go Patriots, go Bulldogs, go sign up for your classes. Bingo.
Thank you, Mr. Devoll, for that informative update. Now, on to sports.
Last week we filmed both girls basketball and boys ice hockey. Here are some of the best moments in this week's edition of Sports Highlights. Go Bulldogs!
Continuing on from girls basketball, we caught up with varsity athlete Cat Tracy for this week's athlete profile. Let's check it out.
Catherine Tracy, number 30. I'm a power forward. being a power forward is kind of different from being like a point guard. It's most similar to being a big, like a center. So I'm not really that good of a ball handler, so they don't trust me to bring the ball up and down the court and decide the plays. But and I'm not tall enough to be a center, so I guess I kind of just can shoot and then post up and occasionally touch the ball and dribble a little bit, but it's probably not for the best if I do that. I think it's the most unique sport. I think it's like a real team sport, and I think it's mentally trying in the way that there's only 5 people on the court, and if you're playing man-to-man defense, then if you let your man go by you, and then like that's just all there, and it's only 5 people on such a small area. So when your man goes by you, like that's your fault, and you know it's your fault, and you don't have like a second line to like cover for you, like in most sports, like in soccer and in lacrosse, you have the like attack line, and then you have the midi, and then you have the defense. There's no other line. It's just you. Yeah, I was nervous to be the only senior because it's not that they're all like babies, but they're just like younger than me. So I was nervous because I mean, being a senior is scary. Like not being a senior, but having to deal with someone who's a senior as a freshman is kind of scary. And I didn't want to be like unapproachable as a captain or as just a senior. But we have a really good group of girls, so everyone kind of just hangs out. I mean, yeah, we all mesh together. So yeah. One time, someone that was older than me fell in our game, and they started screaming. And my friend who used to play looked at me, and I was totally fine, and she asked me if I was okay. And that was probably the most memorable thing that's ever happened. I'd say go and try out. I think we have a phenomenal group of girls, and the coaching staff is excellent. They've been there for 40 years, and they really know what they're doing, and they've changed with the times. So, I mean, we used to just do basic conditioning, but now we've incorporated doing something called the Vertimax, which is like more high-tech than what we're used to. So instead of doing a bunch of like just squats and jumping to like increase our jumping, we do the Vertimax, which is like you tie things to like your body and then you jump up and it pulls you down. And I think every year they go into it with the same excitement and energy, and it's really what you make of it. It's not the team or anyone. You can't blame it on anyone, but it's really what you make of it. It's the atmosphere that you create or help to create.
Moving on from sports, we would like to relay a message from the senior class government.
Recently, we talked to Class President Gabe Shriver and Class Vice President Rachel Demmer about future events for the senior class. Here's what they had to say.
All right, the month of February, solid 28 days we have coming up for us.
We're very excited. These are exciting 28 days. We start with next Wednesday, February 7th.
We have our bake sale, which we encourage all senior class members as well as their parents to bake a good and then bring it in so we can sell it to the rest of the school since we don't have lunch that day.
Make some good money. And then that night, we have senior superlatives, which is going to be a huge hit, hopefully. We have 51 different categories with 59 winners, because we have some male and females.
Male and female, of course.
We have cute little trophies.
And we sent out
Invitations
this week, which the nominees should pick up in homeroom. And after that, not much going on for the rest of February except February vacation, where I'm going to be hitting the slopes.
I'm going to be hitting the slopes.
So we'll both be hitting the slopes, and we'll see you on the slopes.
And then we fast forward to April. April 12th, we have Mr. ORR, which we are splitting with the juniors.
Well, splitting as in
splitting our profit made with the juniors.
Yes.
The juniors are doing most of the work.
All the way.
We have a simple job in that.
Where we show up to the event and perform in it. So we're going to be recruiting a lot of senior boys.
Yes, so it's senior, or any boys that would like to participate. This can also, any boys that want to participate in Mr. ORR, please step forward. We need participation.
Come to us.
It's
or
exciting.
Katie Gillis.
Yeah, it's fun. And then after that, we move to May. May is...
Late April, we'll have the senior breakfast.
Oh, that is true.
Mm-hmm. We're looking to have it off campus this year instead of traditionally in the courtyard, or...
Hoping that we raise enough money with all these upcoming fundraisers.
You mean GoFundMe?
And GoFundMe.
Fundraisers are...
Mr. ORR and Senior Supervisors are fundraisers.
All right.
So then we do fast forward to May, where we have prom, May 30th.
Mm-hmm. Wait, senior trip, May 18th first before that.
Okay.
Where we'll be spending the whole night, May 18th, and I guess the morning, May 19th, at Six Flags New England in Springfield, where we make the trip on coach buses at 5 from the school there. It's all inclusive. You get a meal.
We get a buffet meal.
Mm-hmm.
We get a game voucher. I think we get something else.
I think it's like a game voucher or arcade voucher.
Maybe that's it.
One or the other.
So then we move to prom.
Yeah.
May 30th, promenade starts at 4 o'clock. We would love everyone to come and join us.
Mm-hmm.
Come watch. And also, if you're going to prom, come participate.
Well, that's said.
Well, no, you don't have to
We don't have to go to
come
prom.
to promenade. Or
Yeah.
prom.
Well, you get nice pictures up there with your data, snap
Yeah,
cute.
no, it is cute. But then that night, we are going to Lakeview Pavilion in Foxborough, where we have our senior prom.
Common misconception, it's not in Lakeville.
No,
Foxborough.
it's in Foxborough. And then,
We're gonna, Mike Devoll will coordinate graduation rules and what exactly we do, how
June
we
1st.
walk. That was June 3rd.
maybe it's June 3rd.
Yeah.
We do graduate at some point.
Hopefully all of us
the first or the
graduate.
third, but yeah, it's gonna be an exciting end of winter, early spring,
Beginning spring.
great summer.
Lead way into summer.
We're all going to college.
We're not gonna see you here in the fall again.
Yay!
So that's a wrap from us.
Yeah. Gabe and Rach out.
Go Bulldogs.
Hey, Mikaylee, do you believe in ghosts?
I'm not sure. Why?
Yesterday, we brought in some of our school's custodians and asked them about the alleged ghosts in the history wing. Let's hear their stories.
My name is Richard Robert. I have worked here. This July will be 8 years.
My name's Christopher Bourget. I've been working at ORR for 2 years from yesterday.
It was about my second year I was working here. I had just cleaned the room, and when we're done cleaning the rooms, we always make sure the doors are locked. And we check the handle on the door, and there's a deadbolt that goes in to make sure it is locked. And after I had locked the door, checked the handle, made sure it was locked, pulled the door, I walked away, and then the door opened by itself with the deadbolt out, which I thought was kind of strange because I know I just checked that door. I didn't think nothing of it. I said, well, maybe I didn't close it properly. But in my mind, I'm saying, I know I shut that door right. So I didn't think nothing of it. I closed the door, and that was about the end of that.
Yeah, one night me and Rick were checking rooms, and we were in one room, and we pulled the deadbolt, we locked it and everything. And then we came back down to do an event and the door was wide, open with the deadbolt out, and we knew we locked it, and Rick thought I went down and opened it back up and left it like that, but I didn't. I was with him the whole entire time, so.
Yes, was with one of my coworkers, Chris, and we were just shutting the building down before we head downstairs, shut all the lights off, and as I shut my wing down, I was waiting for him to shut his wing down. He was walking down the hall. We were gonna exit the stairwell, and just as he came by one of the emergency doors, it didn't open by itself or magnet release. It slammed hard. I mean, hard enough that it got my attention, and it got Chris's attention too. And I said, "What did you slam the door for?" He said, "I didn't touch it," and that was very strange. And that was probably the most thing that really got my attention. Then after that, I knew something's going on here.
Yeah, we were up in the hallway. We were doing some closing up for the night, and then all of a sudden we were just standing and heard a big slam, like a door slam. It was weird because we were the only ones up there at the time.
I know the two other custodians that you may want to talk to, they were sitting in the teacher's room above where we are right now, and they were having their lunch, because it's quiet. It's a nice quiet place. And they had a cup on the table, and both of them told me that the cup moved across the table by itself, and at that point they exited that room pretty quickly. So I guess it got their attention pretty quick, but there's all kinds of paranormal stuff that take place up there. I don't know.
I did experience that in the school. I was having my dinner one night, and I had a cup on the table, and it went right across the whole table. And so I picked it up and wiped the table, thinking there was like moisture or something there, and there was absolutely nothing there. So I put it back down, tried to finish my dinner, and it went flying fast right across the table again. So I picked up my things and went downstairs and never ate there again.
Yeah, me and Lynn were upstairs in the teacher's workroom, and Lynn got done drinking, juice or whatever she had in the cup, and the cup just slid across the floor. And I thought it was probably a joke or something, so I went up to underneath the table to look, and there was nothing there. So we just got up and we left.
My first time seeing something, I was coming down my hallway, and me and Rick were shutting off our areas, and we started walking down the stairs, and if you go down to the next level, you can still see down the hall, and there was a black figure of a person at the end of my hall. So, and then it disappeared. Like, it wasn't there for too long, maybe a couple of seconds.
Seems like for the last 8 months I haven't seen anything taking place, and I know that before that, last year, there was a lot of activity where actually all 4 of us were upstairs, and we saw this shadow at the end of the hall near the LSC and near Adam's room. It looked like it was coming out of the wall, moving around, and then going back and disappear, come back out. So one of the custodians walked down there, and he saw it, and then it disappeared. But after he walked back to the end of the hall again, it reappeared. And then at that point, we all just left.
Yeah, this actually happened like maybe a month ago. Rick was out, and I was closing off his area, checking all his doors, and I shut off the lights to go down the hall. And when I was going down the hall, from the road side of the school, you could see light come in through the rooms and all that. And I just happened to walk by, and I turned my head, and there was just a black figure in one of the rooms. I can't remember which room it was, but it was just a black figure. I stopped, and I turned around to look back, and it was gone. But it was clearly, you could tell it was a person in that room.
I'm safe. I've been here 8 years, and I got no bangs and bruises on me, apart from maybe a chair falling off one of the desks that falls up. But apart from that, this is business as usual.
Yeah, it's very safe. I mean, it mostly happens late at night, right when we're closing up for the night. They've never bothered us, just normal noises and stuff like that.
I wouldn't be scared of it. It doesn't happen during the daytime. It's usually at night. And it's usually when we're ready to leave.
Teachers and students, if you'd like to have something filmed and shown on Bulldog Weekly, let us know at the ORC TV station.
Be sure to check out our channel on Vimeo for everything we film here at ORC TV. We shoot sports games, concerts, musical artists, and so much more.
Well, that'll do it for this week's episode. Until next time, I'm Kylie.
And I'm Alyssa, and this is Bulldog Weekly.